Cool. I'm just gonna adjust some things. Hi guys. I'm not sure if anyone's actually here yet. So we just setting up right now. My name is Rhiannon Rose. I'm known as the Flow Arts Fairy. I'm going to be doing a flow arts incorporated like workshop for you guys. So if you spin poi, hoops, fans, double hoops, pretty much any prop, you can pretty much follow along with some of the tutorials and tricks that I'm going to be teaching today. And a lot of the tricks are going to be, totally doable on literally like 5 or 6 different props. So if you spin one, or if you have a pair of poi at home, or a hoop, or any prop, pretty much you can follow along with the tricks and learn, ask questions on the Twitch stream, and the Facebook Live. I have someone sitting back there, so he'll let me know if there's like questions or comments, so I can address those as well. I'm just gonna get everything started, but just wanted to give a brief introduction. So just give me one moment. We'll set all of this up. Is it live? Oh, cool. That's awesome.
It's kind of cut off a little bit.
Oh, it's cut off? Click on it.
Wait, let me expand it.
Yeah, expand it. Whoa. Maybe we should.
Alright, go back.
Go back? Okay. Can you see me?
Not yet. It's delayed. Wait. It's just delayed. It's like every second.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We're just getting everything like prepared. I've never done like a live stream before, so it might be a little bit glitchy. So just bear with me.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
You can see me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is interesting. I've literally never done this before, so this should be fun. So just really briefly, just gonna kind of go over. Yes, they have like a ton of different props in the hands right now. Just gonna go over what I gonna have planned for an agenda today. So we're gonna be playing with a bunch of different props. Obviously. So these are poi. These nice little purple contact ones you can get from Sin City Flow Props. All of my hoops, these beautifully taped hoops, are you can get from my sponsor Hoopers Accents. You can use my code FLOWARTSFAIRY for a discount at her shop. She makes these beautifully taped hoops, makes like beautifully connected hoops. She's just an amazing sponsor, an amazing person, and she's local to Illinois. So if you're in Illinois like me, she ships super fast, and she's just a great communicator, a great person. Highly recommend her shop. And then I'm also going to be using fans in this tutorial.
Did you just want me to share the Facebook one?
Yeah, share the Facebook one.
Okay.
And then if I'll share it to some flow groups. We're just getting started right now. And then I'm also share like the video, like the live stream that you're watching, and like share that on my profile and stuff. And then we're also going to be using fans in this workshop as well. These fans were created by the Fanatic shop. You can find their shop on Etsy. They're these cool custom flower of life ones. I'm not sure how he made them, but like he did an incredible job. I'm going to be using Russian rings, but you can definitely follow along with doodle grips or any other sort of grip as well. Fan tech, poi tech, hoop tech, and everything is really all relative to each other. So if you can learn the trick with one prop, you can definitely learn it with another prop as well. And that's really like a major concept that I'm going to be going over in this workshop today. Really putting a lot of focus into teaching you to do something on one prop, and then we're going to repeat it on another prop and another prop, and it just kind of it's going to help you learn that if you can spin one prop, you can spin them all. And I really want to like expand everybody's flow arts knowledge. So that's kind of the purpose of the workshop today. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get started with some intro level hoop type tricks to start. So we're going to start with my hula hoop from my sponsor. and kind of go from there. As I said, the first couple tricks are going to be like entry level, beginner level. So even if you've never picked up a hoop before, if you have one at home, try it out. Or if you're at a friend's or a family, or even have a dollar store hoop or whatever, you can really do these tricks on any prop or on any hoop. And even if you've never played with a hoop before, they're going to be easy to learn and follow along with. So the first one I'm going to be teaching is an isolation. So it looks like this. So essentially, spin it the other way, and then there's obviously a bunch of different variations. You can do stuff with your hands, and there's a bunch of other different variations, but we're going to be teaching just the basic entry-level version of an isolation. So that's how we do it. And then essentially what an isolation is, at least from my perspective, you focus on that there's a center point. Let's say it's like right here, just in the middle of the hoop. And instead of like a trick like this, where you just, so this is not an isolation, for example, but just to show you the difference, instead of your hoop spinning around your hand like this is not an isolation. Your hand actually pulls itself around the hoop. You're going to pull your hand around the hoop, focusing on that center point right here in the middle, and just consistently trying to keep it as still as possible, and it kind of looks like an illusion of sorts. The hand motion that you're going to be doing, I'm going to show you without the hoop. You're going to basically be grabbing onto the hoop like this. And an easy way to practice this trick to start is just kind of going like this. So just moving the hoop a little bit back and a little bit forth, back and forth. It really helps you grasp the concept of focusing on that center point and making sure that you get like what your hand's supposed to be doing. So you can just rock it back and forth like this to start. To be completely honest, I mostly do poi tutorials and mostly do poi workshops, but I really wanted to incorporate different props. So bear with me if some of the concepts and names of tricks might not be exactly accurate, or if some of the wording is like a little bit off from tutorials you've seen before. But the concept of this entire, I guess, video and workshop is really to kind of expand your knowledge on flow arts and have fun, and also just to let you guys know that like flow arts is a safe social distancing activity, and you can go outside and flow in the park, you can go outside and flow in your backyard, and it helps you feel connected to others. And I'm sure we're all feeling like this during the coronavirus outbreak. We're feeling really alone, isolated, and it's definitely like a really nice thing to be able to connect with others in an artistic, wonderful way. So just a little spiel there. But anyways, back to isolations. Sorry, get sidetracked sometimes. But we're going to be going like back and forth, back and forth. The only kind of major difficulty that I've noticed with isolations is once you reach the top. So once you're about here on the hoop, you obviously can't, your arm doesn't bend like that very well. So you have to like flip your hand a little bit, and it does this little flip right here. So you can beep it, but just like that. So once you reach the top, we do a little hand flip, like this. So it balances on the top just like that. And then back around, same grip, and back around again. If you don't get this on your first try, that's totally okay. Flow comes in concepts and in muscle memory for sure. So it's all about just repetition and practicing it and getting used to those weird movements, because some of the concepts with flow arts in general, they're a little bit uncomfortable to start. So don't get discouraged if you can't get any of some of the tricks on your first try, or even your second, third, or fifth, or 10th. But just really focus on just learning a concept and practicing it, and just having fun. So just once again, around, flip up, bounce on your hand basically. So without the hoop, basically like this, like right here, the hoop, and back her out. If that makes sense. Hoop. And that's the hand motion that you should practice. When I teach stuff in classes, or teach stuff to kids, or teach stuff to anyone, half the time I'll teach it without the prop first, or if they're not getting it and grasping what I'm doing with the prop, I'll put the prop down and we'll just practice the hand motions without the prop first, so we really can break down the concepts. So anyways, that was an isolation. I'm just gonna double check if Matt he's just monitoring my live stream channels for me, just to see if there's any questions or comments on the Twitch channel. Would you be able to double check really fast? Yeah, the Twitch channel is right back there, just in case there's any questions or things that people want repeated. Here, I can help you. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, good.
Oh, it's just on that.
Yeah, Twitch. Very mature audience. Oh hey, it's me. I don't know if you can find like where comments might be. If not, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
Okay.
But if you see any comments or whatever.
Alright.
So anyways, that was in isolation. The next trick that I want to focus on is one that I personally found super, super confusing when it first came on as like a trending trick. It's a fun one, as you may have guessed, made famous by a lot of different hoopers, such as Dizzy Dynamic. I think she's definitely like one of the people who definitely created this concept. I see my girl Julie Zatz do this trick a lot. I see a lot of like amazing hoopers. Just gonna give shout outs to some of you guys. But it's called a coin flip. I thought it was the most difficult thing like in the world when I first did it, and I kept hitting myself in the face. As funny as that sounds. But like once I got it, I learned on like every single part of my body, and like doing it on my legs, my arms, my head, whatever, like, and just really incorporate it into my flow. And now it's one of my favorite tricks. But I've taught it to little kids. I've taught it to friends as like their first trick when they pick up a hula hoop. And it seems like a really user-friendly trick once you get the concept. So it's something that I really wanted to bring into this workshop today, because I feel like it's one that people are like, how do I do this one? It looks really difficult. But once you get it, like, you got it. So without further ado, we're gonna do a coin flip. And I can also do it for like that, or like that, or like that. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. We're gonna do this basic on your chin version. So essentially, put the hoop on your chin. I like face down usually when I do it. Make sure it's balancing up against your chin. We could do it this way. I'll show both versions just so you have it. So right here. And then basically you just kind of flip it either direction, just like you're gonna flip a coin, quite literally. As the name shows on the trick, it's a coin flip. We literally flip it like a coin. So pretend it's the coin. So you can flip it either direction. You literally just put it on your chin. And it's basically going to, I'll show you from the side, it's going to hit the back of your neck as well. And that's how it rolls around. So it hits, basically, I'll do it without it actually flipping. Goes on your chin, and it'll go on the back of your neck, and then it'll come back down to your chin. So it's basically doing full rotation around whatever part of your body you choose to do it around. So you can, as I said, you can do it around your hand as well. I just did it around my wrist. But it does a full rotation around the front and back of whatever body part you're choosing to do the trick around. Just gonna double check with Matt again, see if he has everything's good for now. Anything on the Twitch channel or anything like that?
No.
Cool. Just wanted to double check. And so basically just rock it. You can rock it back and forth. I always recommend practicing both directions of like any trick you learn, and practicing it with both hands. Obviously with props like double hoop, fans, or poi, we are going to be using both hands. So if you're definitely more right hand dominant or left hand dominant, those props may be a little bit more difficult, but in the long run of things, it's going to be able to really help you gain control and use both of your hands, which is really cool. So just one more time, I'm going to show you the coin flip. I'll show it from the side as well. And then just a couple of variations. The version up here with our head not bent is the exact same concept. I'm going to hit the back of your neck and rolls back like this. And you just got to give it a little flick either direction. And you hold it with both hands just like this. It definitely helps the rotation of it. It's all about just making sure you have contact with both this side, the front and back of your body, whatever part of your body you're using. Boop. Boop. And that's basically how I would break down a coin flip to you guys. I think I want to do like one more trick with a hoop. Maybe two more, just because these have been pretty quick ones that I feel like have been broken down maybe a little bit even too much. I feel like I over-explain things sometimes, but I feel like in the long run of things, I can definitely help you guys. The next one that I want to show you guys is going to be, I think it's called K-roll, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I know. So basically it's gonna, you drop it like this. It's gonna be I guess an infinite K-roll. I think that's what it's called. So it's gonna look like this. So with this trick, we're gonna start it with one hand. It doesn't matter which one. You can start with your right, you can start it with your left. Since it's an infinite version of the trick, it's just going back and forth as it bounces off your chest. So we're going to start it right here. And it's going to bounce off your chest and then catch down here. And then we roll up. So it's back in the same position, but with the other hand. Bounce off our chest, roll up, bounce, roll, bounce, roll, bounce, roll, bounce, roll. And that's essentially what an infinite K-roll looks like. I'm going to show it to you from a couple different angles and then talk just a little bit more about it, just to break down the concepts just a little bit further. But again, these are three really user-friendly tricks that, again, I feel like anybody can learn. I feel like are a great way to definitely start your flow journey. As I feel like sometimes flow arts are a little bit difficult for people to learn at first, or intimidating to people because they see all these people doing these crazy tricks and dancing around. And I want flow arts to be something that anybody feels like they can do, and they don't feel like they're in a competition, and they feel like it's something that fun for them. Definitely a self-growth, personalized journey. And you don't have to ever compare yourself to anyone, and we all have our own flow, and that's really something that I wanted to focus on in this workshop. Really help other people come out of their shell and learn it, because it's something that has helped me so much and made me so happy that it's something I just really want to share with the world. So again, I'm just going to break down this trick, and so we're just going to kind of roll it onto our chest. So we go backwards first. We go like this. Hit ourselves, basically hit ourselves in the chest, and then catch it. And I catch it with my pointer finger down, like here, and then I do this weird grip change thing. I don't know how exactly to explain it, but I'm gonna put your pointer down here and have your fingers and thumb like this, and then your hand kind of does this weird grip change and catches it back again, just kind of like that. So we go, boop, and then do the bounce. And it's a really nice trick that you can throw into different tricks, like a chest roll. You can really throw all these tricks into different combos as well. So for example, we could go isolation, bounce out, K-roll, and we could do something like that. Do a coin flip into it. That's just like a simple, and fun combo, but the possibilities are endless with flow arts, because you can create any sort of routine out of any of the tricks and do little transitions in between, really make your flow your own. So that's what I'm going to do, starting with hoop. So that's kind of some fun tricks that you guys can learn, practice at home. Again, I'm really trying to focus this workshop on beginner and intermediate ones rather than more advanced tricks. I'd love to do some more advanced tutorials in the future, but I really wanted to make this first one focus on it, like something anybody can learn. Don't mind me while I drink my Synergy kombucha. Days. The next prop I want to teach you things with is going to be my favorite prop. I think I'm not supposed to pick favorites. I feel like my props are my children. It's like picking a favorite kid. That's terrible. But Poi was my first prop that I ever learned. I learned it actually when I was 17. I'm 23 now. So it's been quite some time of learning Poi. It was just the first prop I fell in love with. First prop I stand on fire, first prop I performed with, and first prop that I've just always felt comfortable with and has always been my go-to prop. They're easy to carry around, and they help me learn tricks with both my hands. So without further ado, kind of go into some Poi tricks. So one that I wanted to focus on, I really spent a lot of time trying to think of tricks that people would want to learn with Poi. Some entry-level ones as well, and kind of look back into what I taught at some of my workshops that I've done in the past. I've noticed that a lot of people in workshops try to teach the weave first, and I may go into the weave a little bit, the 3-beat or the 2-beat, but I feel like that trick intimidates people a lot for some reason, just because of the way the counting and the way that you have to do the trick. I feel like the butterfly, which is this one, is a bit more of a user-friendly trick that I've seen people literally catch on to on their first try. And I'd rather show you guys some tricks that I feel like you can learn almost instantly, rather than ones that I feel like are going to intimidate you. Like sometimes I've noticed that we've had, like I've seen students in some of my workshops be really intimidated and struggle with learning the weave, but once they get the butterfly, they're like, wow, I can do this. So the butterfly, as I said, it looks like this. It almost looks like an illusion, butterfly flapping its wings. That's why it's called what it's called, or butterfly fluttering. And essentially, the tricks are going to be, actually really quick, just before, I should have done this from the start, but I'm just going to go really into plane control really fast. Just show you what your planes are, just so we know we're on the same page and know what I'm talking about. So this trick is going to be done in your wall plane. That's your floor plane. And so this will be, this is your wall plane. That's your wheel plane. So it's going to be done in wall plane. Which is focused on if your body and the Poi are parallel to each other and parallel to where the wall is. So the wall's across from me, my body, my Poi, they're never going to hit the wall, they're never going to hit each other. So the butterfly can be done 2 different ways. I'm going to show you both ways. But of course there's a bunch of different variations, just like any different trick. And again, you can really make them your own once you learn the basic concepts. So we're going to start with our right Poi. Right Poi is going to towards my body and in front of my body. So it's going to be spinning towards my body if we're or clockwise. Left is going to be, or left is going to be spinning the opposite direction. So they're going to be spinning towards each other. One clockwise, one counterclockwise, but towards each other or towards your body. You can start by spinning them like not so close to each other, so they're just in case you hit yourself or hit the boy. But just to get that basic motion down, we're going to be spinning at the same time. It's 1, 1, 1. It's a lot like counting and numbers and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like if you're in band or marching band or I use a lot of different metaphors and analogies and stuff when I get teaching poi and teaching flow arts in general. But they're going to be spinning at the same time. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you want to, however you want to count it out. The trick here with the butterfly is one of your hands is going to be a little bit behind and above the other, and the other one's going to be in front and below. So in front and below, behind and above. That's an easy way to remember it, and they're just angled just a slight bit, just a tad bit, just kind of like, let's see, just kind of like a tad bit like this. They're not directly in front of you, perfectly parallel, but just the teeniest angle. And so for example, I like to spin it with my right hand, or my left hand's going to be in front and below, and my right hand's going to be behind and above. And they're going to be slightly at an angle like this, so that they don't hit each other. I don't know, flow arts and poi is literally a lot of like angles and geometry mixed with like mathematics and mathematics and also like counting and almost like stepping or dancing or music and stuff along the lines of that. That's something that it's really like a blend of like a bunch of different things, and that's why I find it so cool. And it really like helps your brain think in a lot of different ways. But I'm going to try to show you guys the butterfly from a couple different angles. I have this concept that I want to try with tutorials in the future with using a headset or like a GoPro like on my forehead or something, or even like expand it to something along the lines of like VR flow arts tutorials, just so you can literally see from what my eyes are showing, like what my eyes are seeing. So you can really see how the trick's done from essentially your own perspective, like what you would be seeing with the trick. And that's something that I really want to expand into the flow arts world that I haven't really seen yet. So it's something that I'm currently talking to a couple people about that I'm really excited about. And trying to get as like a actual legitimate thing. I may have done, maybe already being done, but I haven't really seen much of it yet. And it's something I want to try to explore and see if it would help people learn tricks easier, especially while we're in quarantine and not able to, really see each other. But butterfly is, again, like this, in front and below, and behind and above, and just the slightest angle towards each other. It's almost like that, so not perfectly like this, but just a little bit like this, so that they cross. And the hand that is in front and behind is going to cross over the one that's below and above. And that's pretty much how you do a butterfly. Just going to do a time check really quick. What time is it?
It's 6:29. Did you just pull off an accent?
What?
Did you just change your accent up? Like,
Did I just change my accent
yeah,
up?
a little bit.
Okay, so like I do that sometimes. Dude, I don't know why. It's super
funny.
weird.
I just caught it. I was like,
Super weird. Sometimes we'll have like this like Canadian accent, sometimes we'll have like a British or an Australian. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but it does that all the time, and you're totally right.
That's funny. You're at 6:30.
Perfect, thank you. And then I can show it to you if we're going outwards as well. It's gonna be the same concept, except they're gonna be slightly bent this way, or they're gonna be bent the same way. Same concept in front and behind, The same exact concept that we're doing right there. Just a different variation. Another one that I want to focus on with poi. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the best ones that are beginner level. Oh, I'm going to go with the buzzsaw. I feel like the buzzsaw is a fun one. A trick that we always see in the poi community. I know it's kind of a little bit of a made fun joke or trick, kind of funny, one that maybe not everybody likes so much, but it's a fun crowd pleaser. You can't lie about that. Back then buzzsaw. It's one I've seen a lot of people spin. A lot of people are like, oh, watch this. So I don't know. I'll show it to you. The buzzsaw is like a really fun one, and I'm sorry, I can't answer you right now, even though I love you. Anyways, am I still good in line?
Yeah, you're still good.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So we're going to show you the buzzsaw, so you can spin it frontwards, or you can spin it backwards. Frontwards or backwards, whichever way you prefer. The buzzsaw, instead of being on the wall plane, it's going to be technically in the wheel plane, which is anything on your sides or in front of your body. And it's going to be on the instead of on the outside of your arms like a lot of tricks, it's going to be on the inside of your arms. So both poi are going to be inside your body, just like this. I recommend if you have long poi, rolling them up, because you can hit yourself in the face with them, and that might hurt, depending on if you have soft poi or different kinds of poi, and don't want anybody getting hurt during this tutorial. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. Instead of counting the one, we're actually gonna count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're gonna be in split time, which would make sense. Instead of 1, which is the same time, and then going at the same time, they're going at 2 different times. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like here, if you were marching, like 1, 2, 1, 2. I teach a lot of kids classes, so some of my metaphors or analogies or ways that I describe tricks are a little bit goofy, a little bit kid friendly, but it makes the kids smile. So what can I say? So basically, it's going to be spinning at the inside of your body, or the inside of your arms, like here. I'm going to show it to you from the front, and then also from the side, so you really get a feel for what we're doing. Just going to break it down really quick with what each hand is doing. So if we're going to start with going frontwards, like this, and your right hand inside your body, 1, 2, just practicing going like this, really just practicing spinning it in front of your face. I know it's a little scary because it could potentially hit you in the face. It's definitely a little bit scarier with fire. I've definitely seen people get a little bit up and close with their face. So definitely rolling up your poi if they're long or you've got short arms. I just do it anyway, just to demonstrate the trick. But we're going to extend our arms, spin it in front of our body, and then left hand's going to be doing the same thing in front of your body, just like this. So together it's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like that. And we can go in front like this, 1, 2, 1, 2. Really trying to go from a couple different angles just so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Like that. Just like that. And then I'm also going to show it to you going backwards. It's the exact same concept, except we're going to be spinning towards our face instead of away from our face. So again, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm not always the cleanest with these, but try to get your arms as straight as you can, just for, so it looks cleaner, so the trick looks nicer. But if you have them bent a little bit too, it's not the biggest deal while you're learning. But it definitely, everything looks cleaner when your arms are straight. Definitely something I have to remind myself a lot. So again, it's just gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can start with either hand, doesn't matter. But again, they're like there, and these are going towards my face. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that are the basics that I want to teach you guys with poi. We're still going to continue on with poi, but I'm going to start into this concept that I went into a little bit earlier, really showing you guys how to do tricks on a variety of different props. So with this, like the second part of the tutorial, since we just past the half-hour mark, I'm going to be playing with some poi, some fans, and some double hoops, showing you guys a couple tricks, demonstrating it all 3 of the props. Because again, it's something that I really want to show that, hey, you can do this trick on one prop, you can do it on this prop, this prop, this prop. You could even try some of these tricks on like double staffs, or even with a single hoop, if you're not comfortable, or spinning with, you know, both hands yet, or not comfortable, or maybe don't have 2 of one prop. You could still do most of these tricks with a single hoop, with double staffs, even kind of with the rope dart. It'd be the same patterns. We're going to really go into flowers. Some different flower patterns that I really want to break down. I don't know the exact name of some of these tricks, so don't mind me. I will look them up for you if you do have questions. Again, I'm not the best with exact trick names, and I know that's something I need to work on. But these are definitely flower patterns. The first one I know is called a 3-petal flower. So that one I can at least name for you guys. And it looks something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These tricks are going to be a little bit more intermediate level, but honestly, if you catch on fast to props, I still want everyone to, you know, if you have your props in front of you, you know, try them out. Try them out at home, try out the trick. Who knows, maybe it'll be your first trick that you learn. Maybe it's something that you just catch on to the concept really fast. So these tricks are really open to anybody to learn. But they are definitely something a little bit more intermediate level, just because they have a little bit more of a pattern than you have to learn. And if you're not comfortable with just the basics of you know, spinning the prop itself, it may be a little bit more difficult. But still, follow along if you can, and you know, ask questions on the Twitch stream if you have them along the way, or you can Facebook message me later. I can break down tutorials for you guys, whatever you want. You know, just want to, you know, share my love of flow arts. We'll do right hand and left hand. And actually, first we're going to start without props, just to show you what you're doing. So they go at the same time. So it's almost like a cheerleading move. That's kind of what a flower reminds me of, as goofy as that sounds. But we're going to pop our hands out, like this. Then we're going to pop our hands up and down, like this. And then we're going to go back and down. So they're always going to be mirroring each other, eventually. Your hands are going to be in the opposite positions of each other, and there's 3 points. So right and left hand, both out to the sides, just like that. And these are going to be done in anti-spins, which, so I guess a 3-petal anti-spin flower. So this is spinning, we're going to start with clockwise, just because clockwise is always easier. But they, an anti-spin, so the poi is spinning clockwise, your hand is pushing the poi counterclockwise. So I'll show you that in just a second, but just to demonstrate one more time. Out, and then left up. Just like that. So out, right hand's going to go up, left hand's going to go down. Again, you can do this trick both ways. I'm just going to teach the one first. Right hand's up, left hand is down, and then they switch. Left hand is up, right hand is down, and then they go back to the sides. So we'll show you the right poi first, spinning clockwise, and then your hand is going to go counterclockwise, as I said. gonna make a full circle because there's only the 3 petals, but it's gonna make a out and up, or an out and up and down. And so we're gonna spin it clockwise, go out, up, down, out, up, down. And it's almost like we're punching the air, kind of like anti-spins and stalls kind of go hand in hand with each other. Really quick, I'll show you what a stall is, just because it may help you with this trick. A stall is essentially punching the air, stalling the poi in whichever direction you want. You can do diagonal stalls, upward, downward, sideways, 3D versions. It gets pretty crazy. And there's a lot of variations, of course, but a stall you could go pop out. So this is the first part of this move. So we go pop out. Instead of going back down now, from the popping out, go pop out, and then we scoop under, up, down. So it's going to go pop out. We should start with that first. Out. And then when it swings down, it's going to sweep up and then down. So out, sweep under, up, down. Up, up, down, up, down. And that's what your right hand's doing. Left hand. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So this one, I feel like your left hand is always a little bit difficult, more difficult than your right hand, especially because a lot of us are right hand dominant. But this one, so it's going to go pop out from under, so it's going to swing under. So it's going to swing under and stall. Boop, down. Stall up. And then it's going to, instead of going under, like this one did, to go up, it's going to go, you guessed it, over and down. And then going up is a little bit weird. So out, down, and then going to be under and up. So we're already down, up. So we just go down, then up. And basically we're punching down, punching up. And again, this one is spinning clockwise. And then the poi, or your hand, is going counterclockwise. So we go up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up. Again, I'm not sure if people are responding on Twitch, so I'm not sure if anybody has any questions. But again, you can always message me at the end. My page is the Flow Arts Fairy. Or you can message my personal page, Rhiannon Rose, whatever you want. And if you want, tricks broken down a little bit further, I'd be more than happy to break this down for you guys. Really trying to just, help through doing flow arts. So all together, just to, finish out this trick with poi, then we're going to move on to this trick with a couple other prompts. We're going to go out. Right hand's going to scoop up. And left hand's going to scoop. Scoop down. Down. Boom. Boom. And again, this one may take a little bit longer to learn, especially if you've never picked up poi before. Poi's a really weird prompt. I'm not even going to lie. And I hit myself in the face or other body parts with it a lot. So that's definitely something that occurs, but it's all a learning experience. I highly recommend getting sock poi or making a pair of sock poi out of socks and tennis balls as your first pair of poi, or getting softer squishy ones. Like I've seen a lot of contact poi that are harder. These ones from Sin City Flow Props are like super squishy and soft. So when you hit yourself in the head or hit yourself in the leg, whatever, they don't hurt as bad. So I definitely recommend doing that. But just one more time with the poi. Out, boom, boom. And that is how we do that 3-petal anti-spin flower with poi. So as I said, these tricks can be done on literally any prop. And even when done on a single hoop, it would just be done with one hand, but I'll show that as well to you guys. So with fans are a little bit weird. I don't know much about doodle grips or pistol grips or pretty much any of the forge creation ones, but their fans are awesome too. I spin Russians personally just because they remind me of poi, and they remind me of my double hoops. But you know, everybody has their preference. But with the Russian fans, this trick is actually almost easier to explain, I feel like. So with the right hand, we're gonna go out, then we're gonna scoop. It's really gonna show you right here. We're gonna scoop under and up, and then we're gonna drop down. So out, out this way, out, up, down, out, up, down. Left hand, again, goes under and around, down, up. And then with Russian fans, the only kind of, I guess, difference with the trick, fans are a static prop, or like a stationary prop, like you can hold them, grip them, keep them in one pose, boom, boom, you know, just like you can hold them and grip onto them and keep them there because they're directly in your hands. Poi are on strings, so they move around and you kind of have to, you know, they're a consistently spinning prop. So it is a little bit different, but it's the same exact concept that we just showed you with poi. It might even be a little bit easier depending on your comfortability level, depending on which prop that you click with the most. I feel like everybody does have a little bit of a favorite prop. At least me and the flow community, I do. But again, gonna out. And at each point, so they're gonna spin around your hand for a second, but you grip them. You grip them right here, spin up, grip, spin down, grip. And as I said, it's a little bit different with other types of grips that aren't the Russian. You do the little finger roll things. If you spin one of those, you know, you guys know better than I do how to use little finger roll things. They confuse me, I'm not gonna lie, which is why I spin the Russians. But yeah, up and down, side, up and down, out to the sides. And it's the same concept with double hoops as well. These two little beautiful mini hoops are from my sponsor, Hooper's Accents. I mentioned it in her shop in the beginning. Her name is Abby. She's amazing. She is from Illinois, and you can use my code FLOREXFAIRY to get 15% off their shop. She makes like the most beautiful taped hoops, and has like a super wide variety of color tubings as well. And all of her props like literally have the best connections ever. Like they're all just so smooth and so secure, and the tape jobs on them, literally amazing. If you're like a prop fanatic like me, it's just that's definitely something that is really appreciated if you really appreciate flow arts and are really obsessed with them like I am. But it's gonna be the same concept, just a slightly bigger ring. I mean, a lot bigger ring, but you know, than the fans. And again, these are also more of a stationary prop because you can grab them. But we're almost going to get into the concept of, do you remember the isolations from earlier? It's not the exact same concept, but your hand is spinning again in, but it's not going to be gripping it as much, so it's more of a that, spinning around your fingers, not so much isolated. You could do this in the isolated version as well if you wanted to, but it's definitely a spin around your fingers, but that motion from earlier with the isolation, where we did the little part where you flip your hand up, that's really useful in flowers with double loops or with single loops, because you do have to kind of rotate your grip a little bit when it comes to double hoops, single loops, even the fans as well, especially the Russians, in a way that you don't have to so much with boy. But again, just gonna demonstrate it one more time. It's the same concept. So we're starting down here. We can grip it, or we can just kind of balance with our hand, however you prefer to start. We're gonna go over, out, and grip. And we're gonna go under, and up, grip. Right here. And then it's gonna spin down. Down like that. Down and grip. It's all one fluid motion essentially. So boom, boom, boom. Oops. Boom, boom, boom. And then again with your left hand. Down, up, out, down, up. And then together. Out, up and down. Just gonna double check with Matt really fast on some things.
I mean, 6:52.
6:52, perfect. Just wanted to double check where we were at. So that.
At the switch one, I don't think it's still playing.
Oh wait, that's fine. We'll do it on
It's just,
Facebook
stopped
Live.
after 23 and it didn't go back.
Is the other one still playing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Not sure what happened, but again, it's a test run, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. But that is basically, I guess I'll just show it on here one more time. You can do a lot of different variations once you learn 3-petal anti-spin flower. I'll demonstrate a couple of them now, just to give you some ideas and variations, and show like a little bit more advanced technique and a little bit more advanced concepts. For those of you who are interested in learning different variations, are learning interested in a little bit more advanced concepts, just to give you some ideas. And again, I do not have time to fully break down those tricks. But if you are interested in learning any of the tricks that I'm going to show kind of at the end of this stream, in a fully customized tutorial just for yourself, or for your friends, whoever, or for me to post them online, I will gladly do those. Just shoot me a message at the Flow Arts Fairy. You can do it on Instagram. It's the_flow_arts_fairy. Facebook page, the Flow Arts Fairy. My Facebook page, Rhiannon Rose. It's all pretty much the same social medias for Instagram, Facebook. And so I can show you a 4-petal, which is going to be the same concept. It's just going to have the square cross. But it's just a fun one, just a fun variation that we can show. Just at the end, we'll just show a couple different flower versions that you could learn on your own, or learn from tutorials and stuff from me or from others, if you're interested in learning and expanding different variations. So instead, we're going to go 4-petal. 4-petal. Then we can show you another one which is fun. I don't know what this one's specifically called, but I can look it up for you guys. But it's up and down. It's a flower variation as well. And you can do different versions of it. So you can go for inward, or you can go outward, whichever you prefer. Those are done on there, and then really quick before I go, I'm just going to demonstrate it on a single hoop as well, just because it is a trick that can be done on a single hoop with either hand. The 3-petal or 4-petal flower. So just the same motion, just with one hand. There's a 3-petal, and 1, 2, 3, 3-petal. And then if you wanted to learn the 4-petal, it just adds an extra petal on the other side. So imagine the mirrored spot where your left hand was with your right hand, or vice versa when it's out, just hitting that extra point. So it can be down, out, up, out. then, how much time do we got left? Maybe 5 more minutes. Okay, for sure. The last couple minutes. Again, I'm just gonna kind of run you through where you can get different props. Name a couple, really influential artists and stuff who I kind of want to give some shout outs to, or in different shops that I want to give some shout outs to, where you can, buy some flow props of your own, or different, people to watch who've really inspired me in the community. A big one with Poi would be, Jack Spector. He's incredible. I literally obsessed with his tutorials. I highly recommend them. They're really, really user friendly. Hooper, Dizzy Dynamic, amazing. My friend Julie Zatz is amazing at hoops. My friend Brandon Schwab. Literally, I can name hundreds of people who have just inspired me in the folk community. Cameron Roberts, shout out to you as well. You're incredible. There's a bunch of amazing people, and I just really wanted to shout them all out. You guys in the folk community have really inspired me, and I hope that I can also really inspire you, and we can just continue to work together as a collective. See, again, just really quick, if you want to get some hoops of your own, you can get them through my sponsor, Hoopers Accents, Abby Leonard, and you can use Florence Ferry as your code, 15% off. Beautiful tapes, tubings, really quick shipping, really amazing person. So if you want some hoops, you can go through her. For Poi, I got these through Sin City Flow Props, but if you're looking for LEDs, I can go through Flow Toys, Amazing Raids, Ultra Poi. Those are some really good LED companies. These are from Sin City Flow Props. Fire Poi, I highly recommend Dark Muck. And then for fans, if you're looking for Russians and looking for some really cool designs, go through the Fanatic shop on Etsy. They're a pretty new company. I bought these about a year ago, but he has, as you can see, is super, super precise work. These are flower of life design, they're super cool. They're about $100 something, $120, something like that. Custom made with the size, so you can choose how big you want your ring to be. Again, Fanatic shop on Etsy. For some custom ones, stay fans, you can also go through Forge Creations if you're looking for more custom doodle grips or pistol grips, stuff like that. And then Uncle Julian shop has amazing Russian fire fans as well. That's where I got my fire ones for, just if you're looking for some suggestions. And then fan tutorials, honestly, hit up my friend Brandon Schwab. He's amazing at fans, or Caitlin Katya, or Keiko. You guys are all insane on fire fans, and I bet they can create some super dope tutorials for you guys on fans, especially if you spin doodle grip like them. So just wanted to give some shout outs to some awesome people, because you guys are awesome, and I love you. And then just gonna kind of flow it out for the last minute. Wish I could just auto turn on some jams, but I didn't really think so about it beforehand. Unfortunately, there is always next time. But just gonna flow it out for the last minute or two of this, and then Matt just kind of let me know when I'm done.
Okay.
And just a couple more people I want to give shout outs to. Just thinking about them now. Jacob Tellis, amazing, amazing, amazing poi spinner. Highly recommend him. He goes by Sleepy. He's literally inspired my poi flow the past couple of months, and I just wanted to give a shout out to him as well, because he's really helped me grow. Gonna already give a shout out to Caitlin, Keiko. Honestly, all of the Deadly Sins, you guys are literally incredible. Just want to give a shout out to you guys as well. Follow them, because they're seriously super cool. And then, pretty much everyone in the folk community, you guys have just inspired me so much. Just want to give out shout outs, talk about how awesome you are, and hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. And thank you again so much to Grassroots California, Colorado, Chicago, Grassroots in general, and Nikki, and everybody who gave me the chance to do this live stream. Again, it's a work in progress, but I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you guys had a great time. I think I'm pretty much about to be done. Got like 1 minute left or something.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how to stop it.
Oh, I can stop it on here. I just need to know what time it is.
Oh, it's 7.
It's 7? Alright. Well, Rhiannon Rose out. You guys have a great day. Much love.